infected with flu, and we don't know precisely when that is. It will go through an infection which lasts several days, in which it will have clinical signs. So it's really important to call your vet as early as possible once those signs develop, to give him the best chance of sampling your horse in order to detect the virus. At that time he will take the first blood sample when we would not expect to see antibody, because it takes the horse immune system a little bit of time in order to start producing that antibody with which to fight the infection. So what your vet should then do is ask to come back in a fortnight's time, 2 weeks approximately, to take a second blood sample in which we would expect to see very high levels of antibody, and when we compare the first and the second sample we should see a marked rise in antibody, which confirms that we had infection around this period and the horse's immune system has responded. So within the infection cycle of the horse, it's those early few days of this infection where we would expect to detect the presence of virus. So it's really important that the horse owners call out their vets early to take those swabs from which we try and isolate the virus. This infection does not get into the bloodstream, does not cause a viremia, and we don't expect to be able to detect virus within the blood sample. All we're doing there is measuring antibody that the horse's immune system is developing against this infection. If we get samples taken in this part of the infection cycle, we stand a good chance with high levels of virus to be able to isolate that and to characterize it, and that's the material that contributes to our surveillance program and helps inform what goes into vaccines in the future. So not only do we here at the Animal Health Trust make the diagnosis of flu through our diagnostic laboratories based on the samples that vets submit to us, we make best use that we can of any positive samples that come from that, and we have a specialist group of scientists who look at that on an ongoing basis. As part of that work they run a scheme called Equine Flu, which is part of our dissemination of information related to the surveillance of equine influenza. And this can be accessed through our website, and it provides lots of information to vets and horse owners about equine flu, where the latest outbreaks are, how they can make those diagnoses, and really is an information hub all about equine flu.